I think there's several things that have to happen. One, for everybody's interest, the data on which all these licensing transactions occur have to improve between publishers and collecting societies and music users. That's one thing. Secondly, everything has to be a lot more transparent so that everyone is negotiating license fees, because ultimately it does come down to a negotiation over price, so that everybody knows what the value of those copyrights are, and that's based on knowing what's being used and who owns it, in what shares. But I think the most important thing is making sure that the artists, who these days do not have any reason to sign on with major publishers, major record companies, who want to control every aspect of their career, including how their royalties flow back to them, want the ability to be able to negotiate for their own account when it makes sense to do so. So I have no problem, I never have, and as I said, I'm a member of ASCAP. No problem with a composer or a music publisher wanting to belong to a collecting society. I believe that in many cases, that's probably the most cost-effective way to collect royalties. But on a case-by-case basis, copyright owners need to have the ability to negotiate for their own account when it makes good sense for them. When the digital technology is utilized by the creators to create can be used in the back office to provide better royalty statements, yes, transparency is a key issue. I understand as a copyright lawyer that copyright has always been territorial, but we all know that cross-border transmissions, internet transmissions, don't care. So the question becomes, who does a user go to get a license? There is a legitimate problem when there are multiple parties, multiple collecting societies, licensing the same catalog on a multi-territory basis. But we believe that it's an easy matter for each society to license its own repertoire on an international basis, and that we can keep track of very well. So for instance, if the PRS wanted to issue a worldwide license for just its catalog, that's something we can handle. We take in all of the usage data. We have the same data that PRS and all the other collecting societies have. We can simply allocate those PRS's share of the royalty pool to PRS. No conflict with any other collecting societies. We can do the same thing with Sabam, same thing with GEMA, same thing with SACEM. So ultimately we believe that that is the way to deal with the problem. The tendency of legislatures throughout the world is either to do nothing or to do too much too soon before the market develops. And if there's anything that developing markets tell us, is that they change faster than legislators can legislate. It's sad to say that really the only music business for the record industry is music licensing. That's what it's come down to. And which is why there's a focus on collecting societies that are in the music licensing business, on the musical work and the sound recording side, to make sure that the licensing structures are flexible enough to encompass all the rights necessary for the functionalities consumers want, and at the same time provide better reporting back to copyright owners.